Hello and welcome back to JW's Dugout. John here, and I gotta tell you guys something. Yesterday, I did something that I haven't done in a very, very long time. I went to a sports card show, and it was exciting, it was addicting, and it was probably a little bit bad for my health and the health of my wallet for sure. But here we are, and I'll preface this by saying no, I didn't take any video or photos. Maybe I will next time. It's been a long time since I've had an opportunity to go to a show. I was really just there to be in and out, focused on taking a look at some cards real quick, maybe picking up a thing or two, but I really wanted to be economical with my time. I planned it out strategically to head out when my three kids were taking their afternoon nap. My wife was gracious enough to give me about an hour and a half to be able to peruse some of the cards at the show here. And, you know, of course I didn't want to leave Sarah in the lurch with all three. So I spent about an hour and a half at the show, and had a pretty good time, met some new collectors, and had a good look at a lot of the vintage that was on display there. So it was a pretty good sized show in just outside of Atlanta. It's basically a bi-monthly show that they do at the local DoubleTree. So it's about 50 tables. They had about 50 tables, like I said, and it was a pretty good collection of vintage, a lot of modern, of course, a lot of memorabilia that I was actually surprised to see on display there. Managed to pick up a few things, which I'll show here shortly, but before we get going on showing those off, there's just two quick things that I want to mention. So, as many of you guys have already done videos about, this weekend we lost Dave Parker. I'll show you, this is his 2001 Greats of the Game, Fleer Greats of the Game autograph I picked up a couple years ago in preparation for him making the Hall of Fame, and he finally got in, long overdue, should have been in a long time ago. But we lost him at the age of 74 on Saturday. When I saw that news flash across my phone, I was just kind of heartbroken, to be honest with you. But man, what a player. Parker played 19 seasons in the major leagues, most notably with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Was a 7-time All-Star, 3-time Gold Glove winner, 2-time NL batting champ, and of course the 1978 MVP, 1979 All-Star Game MVP. He won 2 World Series titles, once in 1979, of course, with the Pittsburgh Pirates, and then again toward the back end of his career with the Oakland A's in 1989. And my favorite fact about him, I mean, other than the fact that he was just, the king of cool, you see so many of the iconic photos of him, but he was the first player in 1979. He was the first player to earn $1 million in a season. So that's a pretty cool and notable thing to have tacked onto your name. But just very, very bittersweet. We're here just weeks from induction weekend in Cooperstown, and for him to have passed without seeing his plaque. I mean, I know he's been battling Parkinson's for the better half of a decade and a half. But just heartbreaking. Got to be heartbreaking for the family, for the Pirates fans, longtime Pirates fans, and his friends and everybody at the Hall. So I'm sure they're going to do just a great tribute to him during Hall of Fame weekend. So looking forward to seeing that. We lost a good one. So lastly, before I show some of the pickups here, I have to do this. I have to extend a giant thank you to Orlando at a Collector's Dream and Mr. John Mangini Collection for promoting my channel over the weekend. I wasn't expecting it. Very grateful. They, of course, didn't have to do that. I was just showing my appreciation during the last video. I mentioned to them that I gave them a shout out. They went above and beyond to call out my channel on their channels, and just very nice of them. For me, it's not about the viewers or the amount of subscribers. Although I will say, for a burgeoning channel, it is nice to have people actually watching your videos. So I will absolutely take that. But just to have some feedback from them is very helpful and very much appreciated. So it's we'll call it the Orlando and the John Mangini bump. I definitely got some new subscribers over the course of the last day and a half. A lot of people commenting on the last video, and I really just truly appreciate that. So for all of you new folks who are here watching my channel for the first time, I really appreciate it. Like I said, I am mainly vintage. I'm a former sports reporter. I bring a lot of baseball history knowledge. I've been obsessed with it since I was 4 years old. If you want to watch any of my earlier videos, the first couple really dive into my collecting history and what I've done in the past as far as my career goes. But welcome, I appreciate it. All right, so let's get to the baseball cards. Let's flip the camera around and take a quick look. All right, guys, so like I said, here's the Dave Parker, the 2001 Fleer Greats of the Game that I was showing off. There was a little bit of a reflection. I don't have the greatest lighting here in my home office, but loved the idea of picking this up. I think this is probably about 2 years ago. I was just prepping, knowing that I had to get a Dave Parker auto in my collection, and was happy to pick this one up. I love this set, as many of you guys do as well. All right, so as far as the show pickups, like I said, I spent about an hour and a half going around, perusing each table, and a lot of good stuff there. I picked up one modern card for my Fred McGriff collection, and then a lot of vintage. So we'll start off by showing you this 2024 Topps Museum Collection baseball quad piece of my favorite, well, actually two of my favorite players, Fred McGriff, probably my all-time favorite player, and Chipper Jones. This is numbered 11 out of 49. We also have David Justice, jersey swatch, and Andrew Jones. So some of the more prolific Braves players from the 90s. Justice, of course, part of the 95 World Series team, along with Fred McGriff and Chipper. And then Andrew came up there in 1996, the 2 home runs in the 96 World Series against the Yankees. They unfortunately collapsed after taking a 2-0 lead. Of course, all of you guys remember the Jim Leyritz home run, but really happy to pick this one up. It's a nice representation of some of my favorite Braves players. All right, so that's that for the modern piece. I also saw Fred McGriff numbered to 10 auto from 2025 Topps that I almost pulled the trigger on, but my wife probably would have killed me. It was a little bit over $200 and didn't really want to shell out that kind of money at the show. So next we have here, I got a pretty decent price on this. I think I picked this up for about 20 bucks. It's a 1982 SGC 8 Cal Ripken rookie card. I surprisingly didn't have this one in my collection. Kind of bought it on a whim. I've purchased actually from the dealer before. It's been about a year, but recognized him from a previous show and was happy to do a deal with him. So a little bit of a mark in the back, but looks pretty crisp. So happy with that one. All right, these next two came from the same dealer. He's a longtime vintage dealer who sets up at these shows in Atlanta. The first one is a 1961 Topps Robin Roberts SGC 6. Obviously some centering issues, but I don't care. This is a great card. Like I said, it really doesn't matter the grade for me. I just want a good example of the card, and was happy to pick up this Robin Roberts. All right, next is George Anderson. Some of you may know him a little bit better as Sparky Anderson. This is a SGC 5, 1960 Topps. Love this set. This is one surprisingly that I didn't have, so I figured I'd just pick it up. And yeah, this is a crisp looking card. I love the color on it. Looks pretty good. Okay, so these next two actually got bundled together, and one is a non-baseball card. You'll see from time and time again that I have expanded my collection to include my two other favorite teams that are not baseball, which is for NBA, the New York Knicks, and for the NFL, the Buffalo Bills. I'm originally from New York. As I mentioned in previous videos, my wife and I, prior to having children, I guess it's been about 4 or 5 years now, we moved down to Atlanta from New York City, and have been down here, and I'm still diehard New York fan through and through, except for baseball. I'm a diehard Atlanta Braves fan, obviously, because I grew up on TBS. My grandparents retired down south. I've been a lifelong fan since I was about 4 years old. But long story short, I've had my eye on the 1969 Walt Frazier Topps rookie card. This is not in great condition, but I don't care. I want a good example of it. And Walt Frazier, for those of you who I don't know, are living under a rock, is not only one of the greatest basketball players of all time, he is also does color for the Knicks and has for a long time on their broadcast. And I have his auto, and just wanted to make sure that I picked up his rookie card. So was able to bundle this together with this 1962 post-serial hand cut, which is okay, Minnie Miñoso, SGC 3. I just love this card. Of course, it's got the blank back with it being the cut from post-serial. And I just love it. It's got all the stats that you need right there, little write-up, and it's Minnie Miñoso. I love it. I think I coupled these together for $20. I didn't even look it up. I don't know if that's an overpay. I don't really care because I wanted both cards. So there's that. All right. So for the last pickup, this is something that I really truly debated, and I landed on one vintage dealer who was there, and he had the complete set of 1964 Topps Giants. He was offering the complete set and really was pushing for me to purchase the complete set. I think he had it for over $1,500. There was no way on earth that I was going to spend $1,500 on that. Again, my wife would probably have killed me. But there were a few that were pulled out. They were graded SGC. He had a Sandy Koufax in a 6. He had a Roberto Clemente in a 6. He also had a Whitey Ford, I believe, in an 8. And there was one that caught my eye, and I had to pull the trigger on it. And it was definitely the biggest spend of the afternoon, and that is the SGC 7 Hank Aaron. I surprisingly did not have this one for as many Hank Aarons that I have, and I'm really going for the entire run of Hank Aaron cards. Did not have the 1964 Topps Giants, and this is just beautiful. I mean, of course, like the centering is off, but whatever. It's crisp, it's colorful. It's got the Hank Aaron smile. I haven't even taken this out of the plastic yet, but it's got the nice newspaper style right up in the back, which of course is right up my alley. Aaron wins NL batting title, repeating this feat of 1956. I'm definitely going to add more. I really wanted to pull the trigger on the Sandy Koufax. I got a good deal on this one. I think on eBay it's been going for, not that that's the way to always gauge what things are going for, but I think the last sale was like 140. I spent actually 95 on this, so I thought it was a pretty good deal, especially in the grade. But this was definitely the big pickup of the day. I hope to add more of the Giants to my collection. This is a good start. You guys are going to have to stay tuned later in the week. I've got a lot of new stuff coming in from eBay, including some Hank Aaron pickups, some more Fred McGriff, and also, consider this a teaser, auto for the ongoing master set of the 2001 Upper Deck Hall of Famers that I showed in a previous video. So really happy with the pickups that I had here at the show. Excited to show you more later in the week. As always, more videos to come. I really, truly thank you guys for watching. Again, all the new subscribers, all the new commenters. Hats off to you. Really appreciate it, guys. And we will catch you next time. You have a good night, and we'll see you later this week.